Hi, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NBA playoffs round one on Thursday, May 2nd. Just a couple games going on tonight. So let's take a look at those two games as we're getting to game 6 and two different matchups. Bucks, Pacers, Knicks, and 76ers. First game up 3:40 out here in Phoenix, 6:40 Eastern time, as they wanted to have that Knicks-Sixers game for the late window. So making the Bucks and Pacers go early here. And this one back in Indiana on this one after the Bucks without Giannis and without Dame turn out a great effort. And the Pacers just didn't look like they were closing that one. For young teams, the closeout games are absolutely the hardest games to close. No question about it. Now, it sounds like Dame and Giannis probably still going to be out for Game 6 here, as the Pacers are up 3-2 in this one, looking to close this thing out at home. But this line is 8 points. If it was 4.5, 5, key number of 5 in basketball, it'd be something different to take a look at in this one. But it's 8 points, 213.5 total. I don't know if everybody watched the last game, but it seemed like the whole team for the Bucks was scoring, including Middleton. Had a great game, and the Pacers, nobody can seem to get anything going. Halliburton hasn't had 10 assists in this whole damn series. I don't know what's going on there. Normally he shares the sugar probably too much. He's not scoring in the 20s on a consistent basis, just one night. So what do we expect to happen here in this Bucks game? Well, a couple different things could happen in this one. We think that number of 8, we're live without Giannis and without Dame. In that one. I mean, they were 3-point dog at home, and now they're 8. So the line somewhat makes sense here, but not after they just come off of that big win. But so we're live without Giannis or out Dame in this one with the 8 points. I think Bucks are going to give them everything that they can to try to get this thing back to Game 7 on that. Get this game back at home. So what do we expect? We expect them to keep this close. Do they win it? I don't know if the Bucks are going to win it outright. We didn't lay the money line bet here, but we do like the Bucks in this situation. So let's give you a rundown of all the bets we've got in this game here. Bucks plus 2.5 in the first quarter. Bucks plus 4.5 in the first half. Bucks plus 8 for the game. Miles Turner under 20.5 points. He had one great game in the game where they blew Milwaukee out. And all of a sudden, point total at 20.5. Hell, in the regular season, he never got above 17.5 for the most part. Miles Turner under 2.5 threes. Once again, his over-under number has been 1.5 during the regular season and post for most of it. I don't quite understand. I know the books are trying to take advantage of everybody that still wants to play overs in this one, but it's not worth it on Miles Turner there. Under 31.5 par as well. Not a great rebounder. Is a good shot blocker. But if you're expecting him to get the 32 par points, assists, rebounds combined, he's going to need to score 20-plus to get home. So that gives us multiple shots there on that one there as well. And then, so Turner under 20.5 points, under 2.5 threes, under 31.5 par. And then Tyrese Halliburton under 10.5 assists. When's the last time he had 11 assists in this series, right? Halliburton under 33.5 par. Here's what you got to look at here. So his number's 33.5. His assist total's at 10.5. His point total's 17, 18.5. So they're expecting him to get 5.5 plus rebounds? That doesn't make any sense either. So under 33.5 par on that one as well. And then Chris Middleton over 26.5 points and 3 plus threes as he hit both of these numbers in the last game when he was basically the primary scorer. We might have a couple more plays in this one, so make sure you do come back and check out our Google Sheets. But so far, Bucks plus 2.5 in the first quarter, plus 4.5 in the first half, plus 8 for the game. Miles Turner under 20.5 points, under 2.5 threes, under 31.5 par points, assists, rebounds combined. Halliburton under 10.5 assists, under 33.5 par on that one. And then Chris Middleton over 26.5 points, 3 plus threes, and Brook Lopez, 2 plus blocks. Next game up on the board, and I should say the last game as well, 6:10 out here in Phoenix, 9:10 Eastern Time. Knicks 76ers in Philly, Game 6. Tyrese Maxey, what a show you put on in Game 5. Wow. That's all I have to say. Embiid with an off night for him. But, wow. It was an amazing show, Tyrese, in that one. That one definitely, that is a performance we will all remember for future playoff games and series down the road with you. That was fantastic. That being said, on the other side, can anybody but Jalen Brunson hit a shot? Josh Hart gone cold again. Dante DiVincenzo's not even in there during overtime or the last few minutes because he's not he can't hit water if he fell out of a boat right now. We got Deuce McBride basically, and Miles McBride in there. A guy that barely scratched the surface with most teams, but for some reason with the Knicks, because of all their injuries and small rotation, he's in the game quite a bit. That Knicks team, besides for Jalen Brunson, if you really look at it, it does not make a ton of sense. OG Anunoby's a nice piece, but he's a 12 to 16 point a night guy and plays good defense. And it feels like Jalen Brunson has to score 40 in order for you to come home with the victory. Now, if Josh Hart's going to score 20 points, don't need that. But Josh Hart, he was so hot at the start of this series and then has died off in this one. DiVincenzo really hasn't got going in any game this series, as the 76ers seem to have him locked up. They're blocking his three-point attempts. So on that one there. Now, the line on this one is 76ers -3. So we expect this game to go. Philly comes out, wins the first quarter. They have pretty much the whole series except for one game. And that was in Game 3 where they actually, they won that game too. And then the second quarter is when a lot of Knicks as that second unit. And then it's been a battle for the third and fourth quarters in order to get that game home. So with the line at 3 here, total at just under 200 in this game. We do like the 76ers here. What we are going to do, though, is stay away from Maxey in this one. I'm not saying he can't beat his point prop at about 28 points. He could definitely get that or higher. I'm not questioning that whatsoever. But coming off that 40-plus, that big performance with an unbelievable run at the fourth quarter and overtime, maybe more focus goes to Embiid here, or they shadow more defense towards his way on that one there. So we are going to roll with the 76ers. We think they're going to extend this to Game 7. Now, I expect this to be heartbreak for the 76ers in Game 7, but, at least get it to Game 7 and give themselves a chance. So 76ers -0.5 in the first quarter, -1.5 in the first half, -3 for the game. Joel Embiid, 30-plus points, 2+ threes, 6+ assists, and over 3.5 turnovers. He's a turnover machine. The Knicks do play defense. They will turn Embiid over. And then we've also got Brunson under 45.5 power points, assists, rebounds combined. For him to get home, basically he's got to score 35 to get to that number. Not saying he can't get to 35, but normally when he scores that high, he doesn't get rebounds and assists aren't that high either, especially in a game where they're basically scheduled to score about 97 points in that one there. Josh Hart under 31.5 par. Who the hell gave Josh Hart? When I saw this number here, I was like, okay, this will work. Under on that one. If Josh Hart scores 15 points, let's say he gets 12 boards, that's 27. You still need 5 assists. That's a monster game for almost anybody, let alone Josh Hart, to continue to score at that pace when he hasn't scored at that pace the last 2 games. So under on the 31.5 par for him. And then Brunson over 3.5 turnovers as well. With as much as Brunson handles the ball, 3.5 turnovers is pretty light. He controls the ball, it seems like, on the offensive side 70% of the game. And when you dribble around that much, turnovers are going to happen. You make a lot of passes, you dribble, you lose the ball off your knee, off your foot, whatever. It happens. So let's give you those bets one more time. 76ers and the Knicks. We'll give you that bet one more time there in that game. It's going to be 76ers -0.5 first quarter, -1.5 in the first half, -3 for the game. Then we're going to take Joel Embiid, 30-plus points. Embiid, 2+ three-pointers made. We're also going to take Embiid, on that one, 6+ assists. And then also Embiid over 3.5 turnovers. Then we're going to go to Tobias Harris under 7.5 rebounds. Realistically, do we think Tobias... He did break his point prop for the first time this series. Congratulations. He had 15 points in the last game. But 8 rebounds from Tobias. I'll take the under there all day long. Brunson, under 45.5 par. Points, assists, rebounds combined. Brunson, over 3.5 turnovers. Hart, under 31.5 par. These are just some big par numbers, folks, for a game that's going to be, around, Vegas thinks it's going to be around, or the books think around 200 points. So, in that one there. So one more time, 76ers minus a half first quarter, minus 1.5 first half, 3 for the game. Embiid, 30-plus points, 2+ threes, 6+ assists, and over 3.5 turnovers. Tobias Harris, under 7.5 rebounds. Brunson, under 45.5 par, over 3.5 turnovers. And Josh Hart, under 31.5 par. So at the end of every episode that we do, and on our channels here on TikTok and YouTube, we do have a link to all of our bets on our Google Sheets. It's docs.google.com/spreadsheet. Just click into that link. If you're looking for the basketball, just go to the 23-24 season and scroll down to May 2nd. You'll be able to see all those bets we have there, plus see if we added anything additional. So make sure you do check that out when you get some time. And as always, if you could subscribe or follow us, whatever social media platform you're watching us on, that'd be fantastic. It makes life really simple to find us once you subscribe or follow. And if you want to make life even easier, turn those notifications on for that social media platform you're watching us on, and it'll give you a notification to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.